On the banks of a river where he lived, a turtle was quietly warming himself in the sun when a flock of birds flew overhead. "Where are you going?" asked the turtle. "Over to Tun Tun Jean's garden to harvest the melt," the birds boldly replied, and they invited the turtle to go along on the expedition. "I would very much like to join you," he said, singing, "but alas, I have no wings. If Tun Tun Jean should catch us in his garden, you'll get away with any trouble, but I well we'll give you wings," said the birds. They all pulled a few of their feathers and gave them to the turtle, who fastened them to his shoulder with mud and took flight along with the final. Finally, they reached Tun Tun Jean's garden and begun to fill their bags with melt. The turtle, who was a good musician, made up a very enchanting song to encourage his comrades to their work. Tun Tun Jean planted melt so the birds could eat it. Wah wah. Tun Tun Jean planted melt so the birds could eat it. Wah wah. After a while, the turtles took off his wings, but they inhaled his movement, and he laid them on the stone so that in case of danger he could easily get them again. Then, picking up two iron rods, he began striking them against each other. Ting, 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 and the birds joined in the song with him. Tun Tun Jean planted melt. So the birds could eat it. Wah wah. The harvesting was going along very well, and their bags were 3 quarts full when the one of the robbers who was on the lookout sounded the alarm. "Here comes Tun Tun Jean. Let's fly away quickly, my friends." All the birds flew away with their bags, while the turtle, who went to get on his wings to fasten them on his shoulders again, was horrified to see that the sun had dried the mud. He tried to get away on foot. Alas, he had gone only a little way when Tun Tun Jean caught up with him, but being clever, he began to sing a very sad ballad. "Caliso, Tun Tun Jean, oh, if I still had wings, I wonder have flown away. It was really a shame I no longer have them. I the pigeons gave me feathers, the goose, the hen gave me feathers, the duck gave me feathers, and the hen gave me some too." Caliso, Tuntunjean, oh, if I still had wings, I would have flown away. It is really a shame I no longer have them. Tuntunjean could not believe his ears. To make sure he had not been tricked, he asked Turtle to sing the song once more. You may be sure the turtle was glad to oblige, and when the fisherman singing Tuntunjean took him home, and carefully put him in a bag, earthenware jar. Then he went to the marketplace of the nearby town, where he publicly boasted about his great discovery. Everyone took Tuntunjean for a liar, but that was exactly what he expected. Who wants to bet that I don't have a singing turtle? He asked in a provocative way. At the very moment the king happened to be passing by, he ordered his carriage to stop and asked the crowd that was going on. They explained that Tuntunjean claimed to had the turtle that could sing and was challenging all who did not believe him to be but believe him to bet him believe him to bet he was not telling the truth. This man is an impostor, said the king to the dignitaries accompanying him. Then addressing Tuntunjean, I bet $200 that you are lying. I am only a poor peasant, said the Tuntunjean. How can I bet such a big sum of money? It doesn't matter, replied the king. If you lose, I'll have you thrown in the river with a stone around your neck. Meantime, Sora Mize, that was the name of Tuntunjean's wife, hearing that her husband had found a singing turtle, ran home as fast as she could. She uncovered the jar and asked the turtle to sing something for her. I can sing only on the river bank, replied the turtle. Very well, said Sormise, and she took him to the riverbank. You'll have to wet my feet, said the turtle. Very well, said Sormise. And she leaned over the water to wet the turtle's feet, but the animal slipped out of her hands and plunged into the river, where he disappeared like lightning. At that very moment, puff, a silly toad fell from the ground a few feet away from Sormise, who in her disarray asked him, Can you sing? Yes, answered the toad, puffing out his chest. Then sing something for her. Then sing something for me, said So Am I sweetly, and our toad started in with his lips all puckered up. Ah hoo hoo hoo, ah hoo 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 hoo. Sing something else for me, begged So Am I. A real song, very, very pretty one. But the toad, imperturbed,